If you can see them over here, you'll see little itty bitty white specks.
Oh, got some eggs in there.
Yeah.
So they haven't
They haven't hatched into this larvae like over here.
And that's once they hatch into the larvae, that's when they're gonna cap it.
Yep.
Okay. So right now they're just filling those little cells up with food for the larvae then.
Food and, you know, making sure it's ready.
Yeah.
What I'm doing with this one in particular, since it's so big, is I'm giving her more space to lay so she doesn't try to swarm on us.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see how she would, yeah, because they are.
I'm hoping that she's still on this frame right here. Good. Let's see if we can find her again over here. Because we did not mark her.
She should be full size now.
Oh, she's big.
She's a big one.
I mean, most of yours should be big. I mean, you'll see some that are smaller, but
yeah,
for the most part, they should be big. I mean, all the ones that we've went are huge.
What's that?
What? Did you see her?
Maybe over in this. Was she right in under there?
No, that's too small.
It might have been just two abdomens together, making it look big. I see how they crawl over to the other side really quick.
Well, you'll see her. It's almost like an alligator tail. It's scaly, and you'll see her run across, and they'll make a path.
Okay.
And it's like a wake behind her.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Yep.
That's an easy way to also look for her.
Yeah, they're not like swarming around at all.
That's what kind of had us concerned on her.
Is it just temperature, or just the temperament of this hive?
Just temperament of all the hives, really.
Nice.
And we're not hoosh. I mean, the only thing we can think of is they're just too full.
Yeah.
And we're trying to debate on whether they're going to swim or not.
I could see it. So the queen is probably deciding what pheromone to put out.
They are tight in space, you know.
I don't seem to mind the electronics, although these aren't, it's digital, it's not the old analog where something's running in there that they might pick up on the electromagnetic field.
Well, you know, they really don't lack for some reason. I haven't figured out why, but
yeah.
Other than it's just a dark surface that they can't gauge the size necessarily.
Yeah.
You know, this is full of nectar that they've probably foraged in the last 3 days. Which is crazy. Which these came from Texas where they were in drought.
Yeah, I'll come back up a little bit. They're starting to crawl. They haven't dive bombed me. Go check me out.
Should be good. That's an install basically. And I'll take the box. I'm gonna shoot it in a second.
And once they know the queen is in there, they're just going to start marching over then.
And I do that.
Good. Yep.
I'll march on down. I mean, there's this back entrance is long too. Which is insane. Yeah. They've already found her. She's in there. No, I mean, you'll see them fanning right here.
Mm-hmm. Moving the air, sending the pheromone out for the others then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they're already coming back down and going.
Oh, yeah.
The ones that came over and checked me out are gone.
I didn't have very many at all that, you know, I'd set the frame of my leg when I was having trouble to find her.
Mm-hmm.
And I just sat there.
And they just
sat.
Yeah.
Most of the time, you know, I'm working through a big colony. There.
Mm-hmm.
All across my legs already.
Oh.
So.
How many hives are you up to?
I'm back down to none.
You got them back home?
There.
Or you just got kind of stuff in different fields?
3 that way, then there's 6 up there.
Okay.
I think that's right. That's basically an install for you.
The March.
I'm gonna probably put a second deep on already. Probably.
Good morning. It is Ed here at Wingit Airfield, and today it is bee day. They have arrived. Have 2 nucleuses with marked queens, and the hives are all set up over here. I'm gonna set them in the hives. So 2 sets of cedar hives from Ozark Cedar Hives. Go check him out. Great guy, makes some really quality stuff. And if you've seen in some previous videos, these hives have all been hot wax dipped, 200-degree beeswax with some crystallines in them, and that seals up the cedar wood. Cedar is naturally rot resistant, but this even gives it even more protection. So hives are ready with a couple of frames, got a little bit of food in there. Got some syrup right here, and then once the bees are in, I'm going to put the top feeders on. I'm going to feed them for a little bit till they get established on where they're going to forage and bring their own food in. So a little bit of supplement. The brush piled up here, when the bees come out, it's going to force them, instead of flying directly out, it's going to force them to turn and then do an orientation flight. This is a new home for them. We're an hour and a half from where they grew up, so to speak, and this will help them get reoriented when the scouts head out to look for forage and stuff. So I'm gonna get suited up, and we're gonna get the bees introduced to their new home. Okay, I'm all suited up. Got the smoker going. These bees are very docile. There may come a time where I won't need the full suit and just use a veil. When we were picking these bees up at the guy I bought them from, they were crawling around on my arms. No big deal at all. But so what I'm going to do is I'm going to open it up. I'm going to take each frame that's in the nook box. I'm going to look at it right quick and look for the queen and see if she's laying eggs in there. Place it into the new frame. Then I'm going to shake the bees into there and set it on top, and just let them, once the queen is inside there, they will go in there. And I'll give it a little bit of time and check back in 30 minutes to an hour before I put the rest back on. I give them a little bit of smoke just to calm them down. They've been moving around for a bit. They're very calm. I'm going to try to separate the frames gently so not to hurt any of them. I see they've kind of put some of the frames together, so I'm going to have to cut the cone. Here's what we have here. 2, 3, 4, 5 frames. If you can see right down in here, if the camera's picking it up, they've actually bonded, they built some comb to the box. So that's what I'm working on now to get broke loose. This is the smaller of the two boxes, and it's still kind of cool, so they're very docile. There we go, that worked. They're going to be a little upset that someone's disturbing their home. There we go. I'm trying to very carefully lift it up. There's a thing called rolling bees, and it's going to happen where a bee kind of gets stuck on the end, and as you pick it up, it kind of rolls them, and it squishes them. I didn't bring my hive tool out. I didn't even think about that for loading these up. It's all right, multi-tool will work. Oh yeah, they're building out comb. They're starting to fill it with supplies. I'm gonna try to put them right in the same way they were. And once the queen frame is in here, they will all move over to this hive. Yeah, they have secured these together good. The comb they build is very strong. I kind of don't want to do it, but I may have to. I may have to put all 3 of these in there at the same time. There we go. That's got it. I'm guessing usually the queen is in the middle. Let's rotate up. She's going to be big. She's going to be about 3 times the size of the others. Not readily visible. I do see a queen cell. Something with bees, their lifespan is fairly short, so if you see some dead bees, don't stress over it. That's just their lifespan. This frame is full. This one has a lot of weight. hook them up. So this comb being dark, that's okay. That's just the bees go out in the wild to collect food, and their feet get dirty. That's all it is. I'm gonna set those in there. Here's an extra frame they can work on. I'm gonna punch all these up into the middle. And there are not very many bees left. They will naturally go in there. Put that on top like that, and they will go in there. All right, here's the other box. This one seemed a bit heavier. Right here, if you can see it, they're carrying out a dead. So there are bees that are, their job is to clean the hive. Yeah, I see quite a few of them carrying the dead ones out, and that's normal. That's a daily task for the younger bees. Are in charge of the maintaining the hive, the newest born. It's the older bees that that do the foraging. And bees, they're programmed, they know their end life, and will typically leave the hive when it's time to die. Carefully pull it up slowly, give them a chance to move. Full of honey. If you're gentle with them, they will move out of your way of your fingers. You don't want to take too much time in the hive, but slow is fast and fast is slow. So all that's capped brood. So those are the babies that are all capped, and I see, yep, I see pollen in some of these, the bright yellow. And then there's some larvae down at the bottom. This is a healthy hive. He did really good. Bees are falling off of this one. Smoke does is block their sensors. Bees are active with pheromones and scent, and the smoke kind of blocks their sensors. It causes them to calm down. I'm just going to set the rest of these bees here. They'll go down in the hive. And I'll check back in just a little bit. So bees are settling in quite well. I'm going to leave their box. And what they're going to do is they're going to clean up and move into the hive what they want to keep. So I'm going to leave that sitting here for each hive, and they know who they belong to. There might be some crossing over, go visiting their cousins or something, but they know who they belong to. Next, I'm going to add a queen excluder. This is going to keep the queen down below. Then I'm going to add a medium super. And this is where they'll start building the honey stores, but I'm going to give them a little bit of time first to get established down below. And on top of that, I'm going to put a feeder. The same on the other side. So the queen excluder, it's like an oven grate. Queens can't fit through this. All the worker bees can. I want to keep her in the bottom. I want her to fill that up with, I want her to fill those frames up. Then a medium super, so it's just a little smaller. Here's a deep. This is my broad box. It could also be a deep super if you want on top. The boxes are the same. You can see the difference, about 4 fingers differences. And putting this empty one on here, it helps them establish, hey, they have more space. So natural bees out in the native bees that are, say, wild, is, I don't know if there's any domestic, really considered domesticated, but they'll build in a hollow tree, and the more space they have, the better. Notice this hive rocks a little bit. Get it centered back up. And these boxes get heavy over time. When a medium super is full of honey, it can weigh 50 pounds. These are all set to go. Here's water for them to drink out of, and there's rocks for them to stand on. Bees can't swim. They're terrible swimmers. I'm gonna pour some syrup in here. And they'll come up and they'll eat this and they'll use it for building comb. It's a 1-to-1 water sugar. That's a food supply for them. And in this food supply, there's a lid here. So they will come up this lid and crawl down and drink and then go back up. And this keeps them in here. It keeps them from coming up and trying to swim because these are terrible swimmers. And then I'll put the lid on. I'm done setting up the hives out here, and I actually took the medium super off and just left this one. There's still some comb in here they need to build up, so any comb in here with honey and so forth, that's going to be for feeding. I won't harvest any of that. It would just be the supers, but we're going to give them some time to get established, to get flying around. They're starting to get a little more active. They're coming out, checking things out. But it is kind of cool this morning. It was in the low 40s out here, so everything here has been cooled down. It's now after 9 a.m. so these hives are going to warm up pretty good. I've got my brush out front to force them to fly and orient. I'll leave it for a little bit till the leaves start falling off and they'll be fine. So they will be out, they will be naturally out in the open. They do fine out in the open. In fact, it seems to be healthier for them to be wide open sun. It keeps the beetles away. So let me give you a little rundown on the setup. I've got an old stall mat down here, so this will help. The more barren the ground, kind of the better for pest control. Sitting on a pallet on some concrete blocks, got a screen bottom board. See if I can get down over here. So the screen bottom board has a little tray you can pull out and you can do an inspection of, and there's a screen in there. And it allows ventilation. Right now this is in. I can pull this out if I want to allow more ventilation. Got the brood box. It's a deep and it's full of, it's got eight frames in there, 8 frame. I got queen excluder, and then I've got the feeder with a top, and this top has insulation in there. So these were not honey dipped because there's insulation inside here and then the metal. So these are just coated with linseed oil. But there we go, and I'm trying out another feeder in the front here. This is still just syrup, and it slides in here. There's little holes in the lid, if you can see down in there. Little holes in the lid. It won't, the syrup won't run out, but it will allow the bees to go up there and they'll lap it up. And I took some slices of beeswax and set here, but I am out here no veil, no protection. And of course they're not super active right now. They're still inside there doing their bee things. But we'll come back and check them out after a little bit. There's a few more out here exploring. Eventually along through here there'll be some bees that'll be fanning. Once they start going, they're going to start fanning, and it's going to let everybody else know. It's going to take the pheromones from the queen and send it out, and as bees are out here, they'll sense it. But being that it was so early in the morning and it was so chilly, they were quite docile and semi-dormant, so they weren't very active. If it was warmer, they would probably be a little more active flying around once I put them in there. There's more and more as the time goes on flying around, but I'm just going to let them be, no pun intended, for today, and I might give a walk by later on just to look. But there is absolutely no reason for me to open this hive up and look in there for at least 3 days. if I peek in there in 3 days and all the bees are gone, I know something happened to the queen. And we'll take it from there. But everything is good. And big thing with bees, they know what to do. It's in their DNA. It's programmed into them, into their genetics. So the less human interaction, usually the better. Other than mite control, all bees deal with mites, and the mites can wipe out your entire colony. So there will be some mite treatment in the future, and we'll go over that when the time comes. But for now, we just want them to get happy in their new home and get reoriented and find where they're going to forage in this area. So thanks for watching. And now we put bee wings to Wingit Airfield. So see ya. Lots of babies. Nectar and honey.